Just when you thought summer was getting good, August hits you like a train wreck. But don't worry, August also means we're only 1 month away from Apple's September event, and let me tell you, this is gonna be the biggest one in years. So let's jump right into 7 things you should expect at this event. Now the first one is something a lot of people aren't expecting at all, and that's the new iPad Air 6, which I'm not gonna spend too much time on because this is a pretty simple update. It'll mainly be a quick chip swap from the M1 to the M2, as well as updated Bluetooth and Wi-Fi specs, and then maybe a faster USB-C port and potentially a switch over to the horizontal camera layout. Now the second thing to expect is actually the new Apple Watch Series 9, which is gonna look very similar to the current model on the outside with no design changes at all, but it's what's on the inside that counts. For the first time in many years, the chip is finally going to be getting a big upgrade to the new S9 processor, which will be based on the 5nm technology from the A15 chip. Now, if you didn't already know, the actual chip itself hasn't really changed since the S6, which launched with the Apple Watch Series 6. Apple has literally just been rebranding the same chip for the S7 and the S8, so it's a big deal that it's getting updated this time around, which should lead to better battery life and snappier performance. Now, if you're waiting for a new SE Apple Watch, don't, because that is not happening this year. Instead, we're getting an updated Ultra model. But before we get into those details, I want to get into what everyone wants to hear about, which is the iPhone 15 lineup as number 3. And I actually have some brand new leak updates you're not gonna wanna miss. If you think the iPhone Ultra is coming, think again, because this year we're gonna have the regular iPhone 15, the 15 Plus, the 15 Pro, and the 15 Pro Max, just like last year. However, Mark Gurman just came out on Sunday and mentioned that the entire lineup might see a price increase of at least $50 depending on where you live, all the way up to potentially $200 for the Pro Max, which was recently suggested by an analyst at Barclays, and I made a whole video with 10 reasons why the price will be going up, which you can check out after this video. But Mark Gurman actually mentioned one of these main reasons, and that's the brand new titanium finish that'll be exclusive to the Pro models. And as we already know, Apple charges a premium of $100 for titanium Apple Watches over the stainless steel models. But as far as what else to expect, we recently got a leak saying that the regular iPhone 15 models will actually get the incredible 48 megapixel camera that I thought would be reserved to the Pro models only. But the sensor size won't be quite as big as on the Pros. The regular models should also get the new redesigned sides, which will have rounded edges, as well as an updated ultra-wideband chip, which will hit the entire lineup to help support the Vision Pro headset coming next year. And of course, we have the switch to USB-C on all of them, which I'm very excited for since my lightning cables can literally go bye-bye, especially since I charge my AirPods exclusively with wireless charging. But the Pro models are where it's at because they'll support even faster transfer speeds, as well as a bunch of other upgrades like the jump up to Wi-Fi 6E and 8 gigs of RAM, which will help with app snappiness and multitasking. Mark Gurman also just confirmed that the Pro models will have the thinnest bezels on any smartphone in the world, just 1.5 millimeters thin, down from 2.2 millimeters on the 14 Pros, which is crazy, and that's what I'm really excited for. The Pro models will also feature an upgraded LiDAR scanner, as well as apparently a more repairable design that Apple introduced into the regular 14 and 14 Plus models, but not the Pros just yet. But before we get into the feature that I'm most excited about, I've got to show you the best earbuds I've ever heard in my life. the NHB12s from our sponsor QuestStyle, which are the world's first true lossless earphones with official MFI certification, so you can simply plug them into your iPhone and enjoy high-res lossless audio, which only works thanks to an inline custom DAC and amplifier, which includes two LEDs which light up to show you whether it's regular music or high-res lossless that's playing. And yes, these destroy Apple's AirPods Pro 2 in every way, so check them out using the link in the description below. But the biggest new standout feature for the Pro models will be the exclusive action button, which will be able to be customized to do a bunch of different things like turn on silent mode, turn on the flashlight, trigger commands and shortcuts, open the camera and record videos, and even start voice recording as well. Now, the one that I'm personally excited to use the most is the new periscope zoom camera on the Pro Max exclusively, which will have a huge upgrade for long-range zoom shots and videos. Now let's get into the fourth thing, which is of course the Apple Watch Ultra 2. While we don't know much about exactly what Apple's gonna do with this upgraded watch, one thing Mark Gurman just revealed to us on Sunday is that Apple actually tested a black titanium option last year with the Ultra, but they decided against releasing it. Now, while there aren't much leaks out there in terms of Apple creating a smaller version of the Ultra, it could actually make sense because right now, there are a lot of people who would love to have the Ultra design and battery life, but the size is simply too big for their wrist. So Apple can scoop up a ton of upgrade demand just by making the Ultra a little bit smaller, opening it up to a lot of people with those smaller wrists. So I'm really hoping Apple will do this because it'll be very interesting to see, but I personally have been loving my Ultra so far. Now, getting into the fifth thing, we of course have the official launch of new software like iOS 17, which I'm personally really excited for things like nightstand mode that makes it so much more useful when charging at night. And on top of that, there'll be upgrades for things like your AirPods, enabling the adaptive mode, which automatically switches between the transparency and noise cancellation modes, so you basically never have to do it yourself. We'll also be getting all the other macOS and iPadOS software updates that'll continue to make our Apple products even better, so I'm excited for all of that. Now, moving on to the sixth thing to expect at Apple's event next month, it's actually something that's a bit of a hit or miss. It's now been 2 years since the AirPods 3 have been on the market, and we conveniently have been seeing leaks about Apple releasing a brand new pair of AirPods referred to as a low-cost AirPods Lite. And the reasons for this is that the AirPods 3 haven't been doing so well in terms of sales, with consumers either choosing the high-end AirPods Pro or just going with some less expensive options on the market, so a lower-cost light AirPods model could be perfect to scoop up that demand. However, what if these leaked AirPods already came in the form of Beats Studio Buds Plus? Because if you think about it, we had similar leaks about a new AirPods Max Sport model, but that simply turned out to just be the Beats Studio Pro headphones, not an AirPods product at all. And now, finally, for thing number 7, this is one that's not really based on any concrete leaks out there, but it makes sense seeing as this is Apple's biggest event of the year, so this will be a bit of a prediction on my part. I believe that Apple is going to be giving people sneak peeks of big Apple TV Plus shows, specifically season 2 of Severance, since the first season was released about a year and a half ago. And even with the writer's strike going on, I believe Apple will be giving us some sort of a sneak peek at the September event to get everybody hyped. And I hope it's not just hopium, because I've watched Severance season 1 3 separate times already. I just really want season 2. And as for the other products, we're not really expecting any other iPads, Macs, Apple TVs, or anything else at this event, with us likely waiting until October for the new M3 Max. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, go ahead and check out that video that goes through the 10 reasons for why Apple is raising iPhone prices over there, and definitely subscribe up there as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.